I'm back for another round of grade every card from a box and hope to make money. Last time, I got smoked. Will it be different this time with 2024 Topps Chrome Football? Let's rip into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Market Movers video. My name is Tyler Nethercott, better known as Teapot, and I'm back with the nitrile gloves because I've got Topps Chrome Football here, 2024 Topps Chrome Football. Looking for autos. This is the Breakers Delight format. Accessible to everyone, not just breakers. 2 guaranteed autographs per box, including breaker exclusive geometric parallels. And we are going to grade every card in this box like we did the last time around with the Breakers Delight baseball box that we got utterly crushed on. The interesting thing about that video was I went through, I looked at every card as we were opening them, and I felt like they were going to grade really poorly. And I know that a lot of people have said that they feel like PSA has been grading more difficultly harder over the last several months, maybe the last 6 months. So much so that people in the comments were saying, oh, I guess you got the VIP influencer Jeff Wilson SCI treatment. Look, these cards go through Got Baseball Cards in a bulk submission without my name on it, with many thousands of other cards per submission. So there's nothing attributing this to Tyler Nethercott, Teapot, Jeff, or anybody else. They'll go off. I'm not doing anything to these cards. I'm going to make sure not to get fingerprints on them because I don't want to do that. This is a Chromium product, so I'm wearing these nitrile gloves. So we're just going to rip right into it. And I'm going to send these to PSA, and we're going to see at the end what I think these are worth. I've got my knife here, and Breakers Delight Football. 1 pack inside, if I can get it open. There is the pack. There is the lovely pack. Could this be hiding some kind of glory inside, or will we just get smoked once again? We're about to find out. I don't know what the collation is in here. I don't know anything about where the cards are seated, inside the pack. I figured that right off the bat we'd have just a refractor, and that is a Mean Joe Green. Good looking cards. I love the design from 2024 Topps. And what I am seeing is some crud, but it's hard for me to determine if that's like part of his helmet or if that was on the card. So up here, I'm definitely seeing some, I guess there's a little fuzz, but no, that looks like it's just part of his helmet. So centering wise, doesn't look terrible. Doesn't look terrible to me. Ooh, I just saw, I'm trying not to ruin this with the gold color. All right, that doesn't look too bad. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set these cards off to the side. I'm gonna grab a penny sleeve, and I'm gonna sleeve these up right away. And I guess we're gonna see the next card. There we go. Mr. Green. We got a Peyton Manning. One of my favorite quarterbacks of all time to watch. Off center, top to bottom. Wouldn't expect that to get any better than a 9 based on that centering. I also see a dimple. Let's see if I can get it in the light. There's a dimple over there. There, you can see it. So surface dimple, centering issue. Don't see that one gemming. Let's see, I'm just gonna pull. Okay, there's our first auto. Tyke Smith. Tyke Smith. Not super familiar with him, if I'm being honest. Number to 99. Let's see if I can get it in the lighting there. Number to 99 in the top left there under the Topps Chrome logo. So number 96 of 99 is a sticker auto. We'll look at these for grading. Wow, okay, we got something gold coming. We got something gold coming, which is going to be numbered to 50. So we got a gold. Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice. Brendan Rice. Sure, you're a nice guy. Not going to help us make our money back on this box. Number to 75, Brendan Rice. Those 2 autos are not going to get it done from this Breakers Delight. All right, we got another refractor here. Will Shipley. We've got a Carter Bradley. So far, on these last few cards, on the rookie cards, not even names that anybody would recognize, which is not great. I don't think most people even know who Carter Bradley is. And number to 50, Darren Woodson. Darren Woodson, Dallas Cowboys, number 3 of 50. Okay, we got another green. So lots of color in the box. I will give him credit for that. Ray Lewis. That'd be sick if it was like purple or black. Green to 99, Ray Lewis. And I should have absolutely mentioned, this box was $400. And it's not looking good so far, unless we can get Malik Neighbors yellow to 75. Jaden Daniels would have helped us, or Caleb Williams, any of the rookie quarterbacks would have helped us. But if you're going to get a receiver, Malik Neighbors is the one that you want to get, absolutely. Number to 75, if this tens, which centering looks off, it looks 60-40 right to left, right 60, left 40 in my opinion. Top to bottom looks more centered. I'm going to look at this one in a minute when I get these all sleeved up. And then we got a John Riggins to close it out. So Riggins, so I'll grab a penny sleeve here. And so why am I wearing these nitrile gloves? I'm wearing them because I don't want to leave fingerprints on the refractors. On these chrome cards, you will leave fingerprints. So a little pro trick here, let's see if I can do it with the gloves on, is you can actually flick the corner open to make sure you don't ding it. So I'm going to do that on the Neighbors and on a couple of the others. They do sell, sometimes you can find like pre-cut penny sleeves. We got our BCW penny sleeves here. Let's get Mr. Lewis in there cleanly. I want to know if any of you have bought any of this product. Obviously an unlicensed product, but exclusive rookie autos in this product. And it's going to be exciting because we've got Topps football coming back next year in 2026. Topps announced at the industry conference that they are holding back all of the upcoming year's 2025 football product until that 2026 takeover on April 1st, so that it's all licensed. It'll be all licensed. There will be debut patch autos, just like we've seen in baseball. And so we'll be waiting up until that point with bated breath, waiting for licensed Topps Chrome football and basketball, which will come out actually in the fall this year. So it's all happening very fast. So what I want to do is I want to look at these one more time, just try to look at them and evaluate them really closely and see if I see anything. So let's shift that one to the back. This was the auto. It's tough with these geometrics because it can look like there are print lines, but that's sort of the pattern too. And so if I do this, maybe I can get it just right underneath there. I can't seem to get it on the camera, but I don't think it's actually print lines. This one looks to me to be okay from what I can see just out of the pack. Centering doesn't look atrocious. And none of these, thankfully, look like super offensive in terms of the centering. This one looks like it could fit within the parameters for PSA. Don't see any issues there. Here's the Will Shipley refractor. Don't see any glaring issues on that one. The payday of the box, Bradley Carter. Sorry, Mr. Carter. I don't see any issues though on that one. In fact, I think on the geometrics, much like Panini Mosaics, the old school, I guess new Mosaics and the older ones, I think sometimes that can work to your advantage, like the design, because it's so busy that they don't dock you for any eye appeal issues, even if there may be like a print line. It's just, I see it on all of them in certain spots. And so this one the Ray Lewis looks a little off center left to right. The Neighbors looks good. I'm really hoping for a 10 on the Malik Neighbors. We're going to have to look that up, and I'll see what that's going for. We'll put it up on the screen with the Neighbors if it gets a PSA 10, so that we can look at that value. Because the rest of these, in spite of them being autos, they just don't. They're not going to get it done. So these, in a PSA 10, even as a refractor, you're probably not even getting your money back. So it's the point of this experiment is to try to see, can we make money ripping the box? If you were doing this on your own, would you actually send a Joe Green refractor, base refractor to PSA? No, probably not. Unless you're a set collector and you want to have all PSA 10s, Maybe you want all PSA 10s of Peyton Manning cards or something like that. But I wouldn't necessarily do that. But I want to see the quality out of the box. That's what I'm looking for too. And the last reveal we did was not bad. By ultra modern standards, it was not bad. I think it was like a 65% gem rate, even though some of them seemed questionable to me. So we're going to hope and pray that Malik Neighbors comes back as a PSA 10. But we're going to be into this for $250 for a grading fee on top of that $400 cost for the box. So we're $650 or so in the hole right now. I'm going to get these into semi-rigids, get them off to Got Baseball Cards, off to PSA, and I'll see you on the flip side of this. All right, the moment has arrived. It's time for the grading reveal. Now, I recorded the first part of that message with the black nitrile gloves back on May 27, and today it is September 11. It has been 107 days. These cards were sent in at the standard, like regular bulk service level. So the slowest level, I had 10 cards. Again, these went out as part of a bulk grading submission with Got Baseball Cards. Did not have my name attached to them whatsoever. They just went in, and we're gonna see what we got here. So we're starting out with the Joe Green. I'm gonna go in the order that I pulled these cards, and I have not looked at these yet. I asked our video team, once we got the grading submission back today, to put them in the right order. So we're doing this completely together, and let's just get into it. We got a 9 on the Joe Green, and I think top to bottom, this one was slightly off on the centering, but I didn't at the time see any major issues with this. I had wondered if some of the specs on the surface of his helmet were there, but that was definitely in his photo. So this one, I don't know. I'm not really seeing anything major. Now that I'm tilting it and I can't, there's no way I'm gonna be able to capture it on the screen. But on the back of the card, by the Topps logo right here, I can actually see a bit of a surface dent, and I'm almost certain that's probably what gave it the ding. It's almost just looks like somebody pushed a ballpoint pen without ink, like just gently enough to kind of create a surface thing. So got a 9 on the Joe Green. All right, we got Peyton Manning next. And this one I said I thought was off center top to bottom. 9, maybe an 8, definitely not a 10. And it got a 9. Okay, so this was the one that I had said there was like there was a bit of a surface issue kind of on it. Now, I will tell you, let's see if we can get this on the camera at all. There's like moisture locked inside of this slab. This happens sometimes. I've seen this. It's like humidity. And I'm gonna try to come all the way up here and see if oh yeah, right there. See right below his jersey number? There is like humidity, moisture trapped in the slab. The glare is hitting it, but like you can see it right below the 18. I've had that happen in the past. Sometimes when and then it like kind of bubbles and puckers. It's obviously not my fault. It's got to be something with the sonic welding when it happens, that there's some kind of humidity or something in the room that gets trapped in there. That's not ideal. You don't really see it unless you turn it at the right light, but I would hope that something like that doesn't have the ability to potentially damage the card over time. Obviously, the purpose of encapsulation is to protect the card, not to seal moisture inside the card with it. Imagine if there were an auto in there. Like if that was on top of an auto, we'll see when we get to it. This is actually an auto next. That could be a problem. So this is the Tyke Smith. This was the one that had the geometric pattern which come out of those Breakers Delight boxes, and I was a little bit worried about a print line issue. I didn't see anything else major with this particular card. I will say, I wish the backs of these cards were just more exciting. Like, that's really ugly. Just the back of the card. I mean, there's nothing going on here. Compared to what Topps did in the 90s, they had a lot more going on. They sometimes even put refraction on the back of cards. Bring that back, Topps. Okay, let's see what it got. This did get a 10. That's fantastic. So this got a 10. So I had said sometimes it can look like there are print lines, and they're not. It's part of that geometric pattern, much like much like Mosaic, Panini Mosaic cards. So cool looking card there. I don't imagine that is too valuable of a card. We did say, like I said, it's numbered to 99. But it's a 10, so we'll take it on. We like the 10 on the auto more than we would on Joe Green and some of this other stuff, right? So next up was the Brendan Rice, and I didn't see any issues with this card, and it got a 9. So interesting. Centering on this card was good, and I didn't see any issues at the time when I looked at it. Yeah, don't see anything. The grader saw something under a black lighter somewhere. The next one was the Will Shipley. This was another one. Most of these I didn't see any glaring issues. I didn't scrutinize them too closely. What we're trying to do is just see what's our gem rate coming out of a brand new box from Topps with quality control. And this one got a 10. So that's really cool. This one got a 10. And I thought I saw some of that moisture under there. Now I wore gloves, as you know, when I did this, all the way into the semi-rigids. But it almost looks like there was like a fingerprint on this card, so I don't know what that's about. It's still got a 10, and then the slab itself actually has like some crud. I mean, you could wipe this off. You can definitely wipe it off. A little bit of hot breath even, or just some Windex on the slab itself. Pro tip, I mentioned this in past videos. There's a product called Meguiar's Scratch X. I definitely don't recommend putting it onto cards themselves, but any slabs that you have that might be scratched, whether they're just your own or you bought them that way, Meguiar's Scratch X, it's a car product. You put it on there just the littlest dab and just work it in circles. It's gonna fog up the glass, so to speak, and then you're gonna microfiber it off, and it will make your slabs themselves ultra clear. Get rid of all the scratches. I flipped this one, Carter Bradley. This is the one that we were all holding our breath over. The big payday, Carter Bradley, PSA 10. I didn't see any issues, but we're getting a pretty decent gem rate here. Darren Woodson, this one I also didn't see any issues, and this one got a 9. So unfortunately, our gold geometric to 50, Darren Woodson got a 9. Yeah, and again, there's like crusted stuff on these slabs. So that's, I mean, look, at the end of the day, they're sending all these slabs out and they're moving through different spaces. You know, they put them like this so they lock in place inside of the boxes too, as opposed to putting them inside the, like the team bag type thing. This was the Ray Lewis. I said this one was off center left to right, so I don't expect a 10 here, and it got a 10. It got a 10. It was close. I mean, you can see, it's hard to see actually with that geometric pattern, but this side is, I think that's 40-60, but it's fringe. So this is the Ray Lewis number to 99, and that's a 10. That's a decent card. You know, that's a decent one. The Woodson would have been really nice as a 10. When it comes to stuff like this, people do actually specifically chase after 10s a lot of times, like pay a premium for these sometimes when they get a 10 on those, even for unlicensed, like, non-playing days stuff. And then let's see, this was what I thought might be the big hit. This was the Malik Neighbors. It was the yellow geometric to 75. Now I looked this one up right before we hit record here, because I just wanted to know, okay, if this does get a 10, what's this one worth? Unfortunately, it's only worth, I think it was $107, $110, something like that. So it's not going to pay for the box, even if it gets a 10, unfortunately. And it did get a 10. That's fantastic. I was worried about this one being a little bit off center, right to left, and it definitely is, but it's not egregious. And so this one's the number 21 of 75. This is a cool card. Really cool looking card in my opinion. I like the Topps Chrome design from this year a lot. So that one's I'm really happy that one got a 10. And then the last one we had here was just a John Riggins. I'm not even gonna slow roll this, but it did get a 10. So the Riggins got a 10. So we got 1, 2, 3 10s, a 9. And the good news is we didn't get any 8s. 4 10s, 5 10s, 2 9s, 6 10s, 3 9s, 4 9s. So 60% gem rate out of these 10 cards. That's about what I would expect. When you open a product like Topps Chrome, that's pretty consistent, like year over year with the quality control between 9 and 10. Like I said, definitely nice that there wasn't something in 8 or worse condition from that box. And I like doing this. I want to keep doing this, kind of keep testing quality control. Obviously, this is many months after this product came out, but I think this is a good lesson no matter what, to help all of you who are considering grading cards that you rip out of boxes, just to understand that process. Talk about, what am I looking at? How am I evaluating these? But no matter what, I'm not just doing it blindly and sending these in. It obviously took several months, almost over 3 months for these cards to come back, almost 4 months, honestly, to get these cards back here. But they're back now. The results aren't terrible.
Did we make our money back? Absolutely not. We knew going into this, once we opened the box that cost $400, that we weren't going to make our money back. And then it was an extra $210 to get these graded. Got Baseball Cards has a discount, 21 bucks a card if you do 10 or more, 25 if you do less than 10 cards. So give them a check out. Go to sportscardinvestor.com and click grading in the main menu bar if you want their assistance. Like I said too, they'll do an evaluation of your cards for $3 to help you determine whether you want to actually send them off and get them graded or not. And other than that, let me know what you think of these results down below. Is there a product like this? I'm not going to grade every card from like a 75, 100 card box, but is there another product that you would like to see me open and run this experiment back? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Happy investing, keep on collecting, and make sure to have fun.